Hello. Let us know if anyone is there.
They're not answering anything. They don't have any questions.
It's like, hello. All right, we'll just see if anyone can let us know if you're there. Let us know where you're there, if you're there, where you're from. And we're a bit, I think we're on time, kind of close. Amanda, if you haven't met me yet, hope you've got a drink.
And that's your wine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Colin from Brisbane. Do you watch us each week, Colin? Or is this... Hi, Camp Winnie. Doing it differently. Hi, guys. It's working. Hi, Colac. Hi, Chris from Colac. Thanks, Colin. Thanks for watching each week.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Christian.
Just had to grab a cider.
Let us know if you've got a drink.
So
we've got Instagram happening. Dan's going to get Facebook happening.
Am I? Oh, jeez. It's a big responsibility for me.
Yeah. Him and social media. Hi, Paul and Betty. How you going? Nice to see you guys via virtual. I hope you're back on the road.
How do we go live?
Hey, mission trekkers. How you guys going? I hope your car's getting fixed. They're parked up. I don't think we're too far from you at the moment, actually.
Don't know how to do it.
Hey, Adam's family. Where are you guys at? If you want to message me, if you don't want to share it, I'd like to know where you guys are at.
I don't know how to do this.
Sorry, give me a moment.
I'll talk to people and say hello. Anyone we haven't said hello to, hello. And thank you for joining us. This is very rare for us to do a live event.
It is.
Because we don't really like being
Put on the
camera
spot.
very much.
We like to choose when we go on camera. Yeah. Hey, Greg and Helen. Nice to see you guys are going to be on the road in South Australia soon, Betty and Paul. We might see you back there. Depends where you get to. We are in WA still, and we are heading south and back to SA over the next few months. So we are, yes. Hello, Jean-Michel.
Why did Jean-Michel do it?
He's being funny. What was I going to say? Yes, we are running out of time, mission trekkers. For this area, but I will message you guys and see how we go. SciTech Overland, great to meet you a few weeks ago. Where did you meet us? Remind me, sorry, I can't quite remember. All right, we've got Facebook happening as well now.
Dangerous.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes, we might see you at Palubi. Paul and Betty, we might.
Don't pop a list.
If you have any questions for us, yes,
send them through.
We're celebrating 2 years on the road.
Yep. Send us through some questions on the chat.
Yeah.
We've got a few things that we thought we might talk about that you guys might be interested to know from our 2 years on the road, our time, just some sort of lessons learned and a few other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, shoot us through any questions now in the chats on various
whichever
Facebook,
one you're on.
YouTube, whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can answer them for you.
Yeah. Of course. Sorry. And now, Simon, your icon's really small, and I forgot who you were. But yes, of course, I know who you are now. Sorry about that. That's embarrassing. Okay, so we've got a question straight up. Nice. I love it. How's Starlink going?
Good.
Good.
We just updated our blog, so you guys might know the history. I'm a communications technician. So we hit the road 2 years ago. When we hit the road, everybody asking about internet was recommended to get a Selfie Go. And we got one. We tried it out. Dude, that stuff sucked. Like, that was a sucky solution. So
short version.
So I decided to create my own internet solution. So we ordered a few products from different suppliers and things like that, put together the overland exposure internet kit. And from that, we partnered with the manufacturer, we promoted it, used it. So far, we sold almost like 800?
Yeah.
It's like 800 people with our kit around the country now, which is amazing. Like, we don't make a lot of money from it, but it's really nice to help people like that.
Yeah, and thank you if you're one of those people.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope that it's like helped you to have internet everywhere, basically. However, since then, Starlink came around. At first, it was only the southern half of Australia, the southern areas, and it wasn't really mobile. It wasn't really portable. So we jumped straight on it because I'm interested in technology. I love things like that. And I have background in like space communications and things like that. So we were beta testing it right from the first when it was not even meant to be portable or anything like that. We contacted Starlink and they sent us a beta test unit and things like that. Since then, we used it all around the southern half of the country. And then our plans took us north of the country. And as soon as we hit north of Geraldton, the service cut out. That was the old sort of service line. And so we spent like the last probably 3 or 4 or 5 months north of that Geraldton line.
Yeah.
So we went up to Darwin anyway, and then turned around, came back down. And by the time we got up to Darwin, they just enabled like most of the country. And they enabled it with laser links and stuff, but it wasn't like there yet. So that was probably
Cookie Man.
that was probably 2 to 3 months ago. We were up in Darwin, and it was kind of good, but not like it wasn't usable yet. Basically,
Catch you soon. Sorry. People contacting.
And then as we've headed further down south, it's been getting better and better until we got down to about Carnarvon, and they flicked the switch, and like, yep, it's good to go now. The whole country. And it's excellent. There's no two ways about it. It is a fantastic solution. It's a one of a kind. It was never even conceived of being able to be a thing in the past because no one had the launch capacity to launch that many satellites into the sky.
Mr. Musk.
Yeah. SpaceX took it on. Musk took it on, created this thing. If you don't know, the whole goal of Starlink is to fund their Mars exploration projects. So
I'll see you soon.
They aim for Starlink to be a moneymaker, but at the same time, it's like providing a service to all of us. So
yeah,
it
is the solution if you have the funds.
If you can afford the monthly fee, which is like $174 a month, go for it, 100%. If you need to have the power for it, about 40, 50 watts. It's about usage at 12 volts. So over using whatever that is, 24 times 4.
Come on.
Like 100 amp hours ish, whatever. So you got to have the power for it. And the main issue with it is trees. It'll work through trees. It's just annoying because like it cuts the transmission constantly in and out. So you like click on a web page, you click go on a web page, circles, 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 then it goes. Yeah. So that's getting better and better over time. As they launch more and more satellites and things like 96. That. We're running. This is transmitted over Starlink right now. Yep.
And the question
even though we're in a Telstra area, and the Telstra is worse than Starlink. Starlink's better, and this is in like a metro area almost.
Yeah, and Telstra is fine, but we've got Starlink. We're paying for Starlink. It's faster. It's better, so we use it.
Telstra gets overloaded.
Yeah, and we are heading to areas where we'll be in forests again. Like we are heading to Tasmania. It's on the goals.
Southwest WA we're heading to.
We're heading these, these foresty areas again, which trees are going to cause an issue. So we still carry our Telstra solution in case we can't get it to work because we need it to be
we love it
usable.
Yeah, we need it.
So if it's going to keep dropping out and stuff, we'll just go to Telstra.
So there are quite a few spaces. We've calculated it out. We ran We keep a list of all the campsites that we have stayed at in the past 2 years. It's a pretty cool list. And I also keep a record of what the internet's like at all of those locations, either with our internet kit or with Starlink. And we actually went through the other day as an exercise, and we just marked which ones were going to be having troubles with trees for Starlink and which campsites were not. And it was about 50-50.
It's 50-50, yeah.
So 50% of campsites and caravan parks and free camps and that sort of stuff
Trees.
would have had enough tree coverage that you'll have issues with Starlink.
Yeah, and we do choose, if we are at a free camp, we choose a spot that's away from trees specifically to have Starlink.
Like we'll camp near a road instead of going down off the road into the rest area or whatever next to a river, because there's too many trees next to the river.
Yeah, so for
Starlink
us,
to work.
If we need internet that evening, then we will make those choices. But we can, in a caravan park, you get told you go into a site. That's how it is. So
that's how it is. Yeah.
The question,
we couldn't use it in Perth, and the 5G was really bad. We're at Kwinana Waters Caravan Park, Karanyap Waters, sorry. Got put on a site. Telstra was really bad, but Starlink would not work because there was just so many trees.
Too many trees, yeah. The question is as well about that is, how do you run the cable into the van? So we've got an outside hatch that's like to move our TV.
It's meant to be a TV hatch.
Outside.
Outdoor entertainment hatch or something like that.
And it's got like power and everything in there. So we just keep the modem in there. And so the cable from Dishy goes to there, modem's in there, secure, waterproof and all of that, tucked away. That way we have access to the Wi-Fi from the modem.
Inside the caravan.
Inside the caravan and out. A lot of people don't have that option. So in
my opinion, don't stress about these custom cable things and like running it through the wall properly with a special adapter and all that sort of stuff. Just literally put it in through your door, put it in through your window, or keep the modem in an outdoor hatch that you have. The signal will be enough for you inside the caravan.
Yeah.
So
as long as you can get power to it.
As long as you get power into it.
Yeah. But the more connections and things you have as well, like.
Can I say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye, everybody.
She's going to go and do something a bit more fun.
Have fun.
Yes, better for solar, absolutely.
Tablet time.
More solar power to run the power.
No, I have one.
Fruit. Yeah.
She needs food. Always needs food. No worries. How do you fund your trip?
Good question.
We love this question.
So we are independently wealthy. We have investments and things, property and a few other things that we
set ourselves up first with. So
worked for 20 years each.
Yeah, we worked hard, built a house. It was a rental before we even left on the road. So we have a rental income. We also had the Daniel Courtney photography business. So that's our main business that put us onto the road. So we had that going for 9 years before going on the road, or 8 years before going on the road. So it was an established business that put us on the road. And then we had
there's no magic bullet. There's no magic just flick a button and you can travel full time and afford it and have no problems ever.
And then Overland Exposure. This is a business. What you are doing right now, supporting us through this live, watching our videos each week. It's a business. I'm not going to lie to you. So we get paid by companies to affiliate with them. We test out products. If we like them, we recommend them to you. And you buy one, we get a kickback.
Which we're 100% upfront with. We absolutely will not ever sell you a product that we haven't personally tested and enjoyed and thought was a good product, and that we haven't declared that we got for review or we get a kickback from, something like that. We are not about not being upfront. We are upfront.
So we basically, to summarize it, I guess, is we've got multiple income streams. We don't make any money from having an Instagram account. we make money from brands and companies wanting to work with us because of our following on Instagram or Facebook. Or YouTube. We make money from when you watch our YouTube videos and watch the ads or have a YouTube premium subscription. We get paid for those views of our videos. 1
cent per view we're averaging. So thank you.
Hi, Only Camps. Yeah, so, and then, yeah, we sell Daniel's photography work, which is a huge part of us and who we are. It's what put us on the road, traveling around, taking beautiful landscape photography. So we sell that as artwork for homes, businesses, your caravan, things like that. Yeah, so we've just, and then obviously rental income, rent out our house and things like that. So
it's taken, so just for perspective, we discussed it in the car, our travel costs now are around $1,500 a week. We're not stingy with that. We don't really budget. We just keep a rough track of it for interest's sake. When we started out 2 years ago, our weekly spend was down at around $1,100. So it's definitely gone up with the cost of living and inflation, like everything else in the country has. Fuel prices, etc. We're now sitting around $1,500 a week. It's less if you travel slow. It's more if you travel quick. And for perspective, Overland Exposure, our travel company, has grown from $0 earning 2.5 years ago when we started it to now it funds about half of our weekly expenses, roughly.
Yeah.
In total.
And then we've obviously got the other business, like donor photography, rental income, things like that, alongside those. So,
but there is a much easier way to make money on the road. And we advise it all the time, and that is stop and work at a pub for a week. Like, honestly, the amount of work that Amanda does for Overland Exposure, for videos and socials and all that stuff, it's pretty much for love. Like,
it's a full-time job. Like, I work a lot of hours, but I love it.
Like 35 hours a week she works.
Yeah.
And if she worked the same at a pub for 2 weeks a year or 3 weeks a year, it would probably be the same amount of income for the year.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
You'd have to stop and work a bit more. But, yeah, it's a lot of hours work, and there's a lot of unpaid hours before you get to the paid hours.
It was about 9 months for YouTube alone, like unpaid, before we got paid a cent.
Yeah.
So
hopefully that helps. But
yeah,
I do love it, and I love helping everyone. I love inspiring everyone and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I hope it continues to grow. So the world's our oyster, pretty much in this. It's something completely different for what I ever imagined I would do as a job, but I wouldn't change it at all. So as much as it is hard work, you do have to commit to a lot of hours. So yeah.
There's no free lunch in this world, unfortunately. Keep your costs low. We wrote a blog on this, but the number one thing you can do to afford life on the road is to not spend a mozza on your caravan and tow vehicle.
Yeah, so we bought secondhand truck, as you know, breaks down a lot, but hey.
It's a bit harder now with COVID prices and all that sort of stuff, but if you can cut your expenditure at the start by 50 grand, that's like, another 35 weeks of travel or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, stop please. And yeah, free camps, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, the
I
cookie
will continue to share.
Cookie Van have just said to us they're stopped at Kalbarri. Her husband is a chippy, and there's heaps of work in Kalbarri. If anyone wants any work on the road, Kalbarri, there is plenty of work for anybody who wants to go and work
in anything, trained or untrained. Yeah, they'll take you. Yeah, for sure.
And that's the same around so many rural towns now, like around the country.
Heaps.
If you want to do a week of work, they'll take it. They'll definitely take it.
Yeah.
Find something to do.
What was I going to say about that? Free camps and slower travel. I think Dan mentioned as well, keeps your costs down. But yes, the photography is amazing. Do you have any in galleries, or are you solely through our site? We are solely through our site now. We used to have the gallery in Newcastle ourselves, our own gallery full of Daniel's work and no one else's and all of that. But then COVID made that close down. So that's what put us on the road, and now we're just online. We have contemplated putting exhibitions in places, but if we did that, it would take us to be there in a place longer. So it's a little bit harder to just do from transiting or from a distance. So it's a little bit harder, but it's something that we could look into again in the future. Maybe when we want to slow travel even more. We go pretty slow as it is. But there was another question here. I don't want to miss it. How's the truck going after all the breakdowns? And are we getting a new truck soon?
I've had another comment on Facebook as well about the truck being a money pit, and do we like it and all that sort of stuff. So we'll just generally touch on the truck. We paid very little for our truck in the scheme of things. We paid, I think, $40-something thousand for it, secondhand 2012 model. and we bought it in 2019. We had to do a few modifications to it. We spent roughly $20,000 on it. So it owes us about $60,000. That's not a lot considering what its capacity is, what it does, how often we use it, what we use it for.
Yeah.
And the other options, the other alternatives, like to have the same weight capacity, you're talking like a big Ram or, the larger Isuzu trucks or something like that.
Thanks,
so,
Kaz. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, so we're happy with the truck. There's nothing else we could buy in that price. What it does for us, yes, it's getting old. It's getting long in the tooth. It's about 220,000 kilometers now. Stuff starts breaking at 220,000 kilometers, no matter what vehicle you have. At least that's how we justify it to ourselves. So we just try and keep on top of preventative maintenance, and some things just happen. Like we had a clutch master cylinder go at Carragini National Park. You just deal with it. You order a new part. We fitted it in an hour. It took us an hour to fit it, and we were stuck for 3 days. Not a bad place to spend 3 days. And honestly, you meet so many good people when you have a major failure like that, a breakdown. People just come out of the woodwork to help you out and see if they can help. And we've met some amazing people because of that.
Yes, absolutely. And some of our most amazing memories are from our breakdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Deborah, Iveco Daily owner, join us in our world. Yeah, we scored our truck before COVID. It was an absolute bargain. And we, I don't know, it was one of those lucky stars type of thing. It just lined up, and we got it.
We would have liked a newer one. It's 2012. It's like pretty old now.
Yeah.
But
we work it hard too. So a new one, we would be a little bit more like precious with it, but being a bit older, we're like, we can test it fully. So we got a bargain. Sorry, I've got another question here. I'm just trying to find it again. Give me a sec, guys.
Who do you follow on YouTube? That's a good question. Unfortunately, nobody.
I don't follow anyone. He follows some. Ooh.
Honestly, it's just we don't have that much time. So
we do, like, if we're
watch
looking
bits and pieces. Sveto's tripping. He's a mate of mine, Brett. He's really good. He's really into filmography more than we are, but different style of channel. Whittle Adventures, we like them. We watch their stuff.
Thanks, Glenn.
But honestly,
everyone loves to watch this breakdown.
We just touch the surface of YouTube in terms of watching other people's content.
Yeah, if we're looking for a particular place or researching something, we'll jump on and search that and see what comes up, and we don't generally follow others. I
watch a few sailing videos because I'm trying to convince Amanda to get a catamaran, but she's not on board with that at the moment.
Pun intended. I get seasick. If you watch us, I get seasick, and he wants to go and live on a boat. Yeah, no thanks. Hey guys, Ultimate Lifestyle, nice to see you. Oops, sorry, hang on, what has happened here? Someone's written a question, I can't see it. Traveling Oz, you must have joined us a little late. We did answer that about the Starlink. We are using it much more than Telstra. Definitely. Maybe send me a PM, DM, PM, whatever they're called these days, and I'll answer that a bit more for you. Because I don't want to go make everyone else sit through all of that again. And 12-volt solution versus 240, there is a third-party solution for that power system for Starlink, but we don't really recommend it.
Well, we don't recommend it. We just haven't
tried it. So we don't.
We basically have enough power that we don't really care that much about how much it uses. So we haven't explored the other options, the alternatives.
Yeah, but send me a message about your other questions about Starlink there, Traveling Oz, please. Any other questions? Hope to bump into you again soon. Thank you.
Glenn, thank you. Yeah, joking. Yeah, I know. Everyone jokes about it though.
Everyone loves it.
Gets under your skin because everyone jokes about it.
No, it doesn't get under our skin. We love it.
I don't care. It's fine. Honestly, it gives me great experiences, and I get to fix things.
Yeah, and so much like, like there'll be a YouTube video coming eventually when I get up to it. When we go to Carragini and we broke down, and we were there in the middle of Carragini. There wasn't a mechanic that we could kind of go to and go, hey, this is broken.
Sometimes I'm
would-
all about just paying people to fix things
Yeah.
and fix problems.
But that one we had to
But
figure out
Something,
ourselves.
yeah,
So,
quite often I just have to figure it out.
yeah. So, yeah.
Thanks,
What
Glenn.
would it be called? What?
Oh, catamaran.
What would it be called?
The Vomitron.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
it's not happening. Okay.
Caravanning around Australia. Question: favorite spot in the last 2 years of travel? That's unfortunately an easy. Not unfortunately. That's an easy one for us. It's South of Ferry. Yeah, at the Ningaloo.
Oh gosh, if we could build a house there as
Yeah.
like a, you know,
holiday home.
holiday
for 3
home.
months a year, 4 months a year.
and then travel the other months, then that's like exactly what we would do because we just love. But I'm talking like on the beach there, not like in Exmouth. Like I want to be at South of Ferry. So that's.
So we visited it twice now. We visited it earlier in the year, and then we booked a month when we were coming back down the WA coast. That's how good it is. So there's a few other spots we really like, but yeah.
You guys are funny.
South of Ferry has it all. Beach, like
it's just so good.
Snorkeling, yeah, we're just relaxing.
Yeah. If you haven't been to the Ningaloo or you're heading there, you have to do South of Ferry. Like you have to. It's like a must. We absolutely love it. And yeah, and like I'll clarify as well, we don't plan on building a house anywhere. We want to travel and travel and travel. We are living this life of travel for the rest of our life if we can, because we just love it. And so yeah, but if the time came we had to build a house somewhere or we wanted to build a house somewhere, that's where I'd want to do it, but it's not going to be possible. So but yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to read there's 3 questions happening all at once. You guys are amazing. Oh, thanks.
Kenshin, your Iveco Deli and Ronnie Dahl, the thumbnail popped up for me. I saw it on the Iveco Facebook page. I've been meaning to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I will make sure I watch it because it looks pretty cool. And I like his walkarounds that he does.
Is that the one I saw as well?
We haven't saw it. We saw the thumbnail.
Saw the thumbnail. Yeah, okay.
We will make sure to watch it, though, because it looks cool.
Yes. Ronnie Dahl needs to hit us up. No, just kidding. Is there a township there at South of Ferry? No, Exmouth. So it's Exmouth is a close little town. South of Ferry is on the Ningaloo station.
Thanks, Greg. Have a good one, mate. You do need. Starling still chucks a hissy in storms.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like that's be pretty heavy rain before it starts having hissy. But yeah.
And thank you so much for your support all the time, Greg.
Yeah, appreciate it, mate.
We really appreciate it. Let's see, but property investing too. Hang on. Heard so much about this. Boat could be called Landover. Yes, it could. But we're not doing a boat. Heard so much about Ningaloo Reef. So looking forward to exploring it. It's epic. Absolutely epic. Until you get there, everyone tells you it's epic. It's epic. And you're like, yeah, cool. And then you get there and it's a whole nother level of epic.
God, you have to book it 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
Don't leave it to the last minute if you're coming around the area. You have to book the Ningaloo and then plan your trip around the booking that you get.
Yes.
So
because it's Ningaloo, so it can't be missed.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get there. Yes. Cool. How have you found safety on your travels? Oh, good one.
That's a good question.
Hi, happy days.
We don't really stress about safety.
Exposed.
We don't really stress about safety. So a lot of people, I saw some things the other day. Someone's like locking their battery boxes on the outside of their caravan and stuff so that people don't steal their lithium batteries. We just don't stress about that stuff. We have insurance and nothing bad's happened yet. So we just don't stress. We leave like scooters outside, bikes. Personal safety, we've had no real issues. The only place we've had an issue is Broome. And the caravan next to us got broken into during the night. So we do make sure we lock out the door of our caravan at night.
And in like a place like Broome,
and the truck, we always make sure is locked.
Yeah, and in a place like Broome, for example, even Kununurra, like we stay in caravan parks and windows are closed, aircon's on, because I just have heard too many stories about windows being opened and things like that. And for me to sleep, some of those, you judge it when you get there, kind of thing.
But like out back in the middle of nowhere, we got no issues.
Windows open.
No problems.
Yeah. And we have never really, there's only probably like in 2 years on the road's probably been 3-4 times that we've felt a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And then we make the adjustments to suit that. But that's about it, really. Yeah. You would build your house in a million places that we've visited. yeah, there's some really good places out there. Yeah. Have we? Okay, cool. I think that's. If I've missed anything,
Where are we now? And
well, I'm not going to tell you where I am. No, just kidding.
and what's your future plans?
So we're in southern WA.
Yep, around Perth region at the
Perth
moment.
region, yes.
And we are heading across to the Spirit of Taz for
It's our goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've booked the Spirit, which has to happen. Another thing that if you want to do Tassie in the right weather, you have to book the Spirit of Taz 6 months out as well. Because it's booked out until like April, I think, for going over it, and I think it's like June getting back is booked out. Like, it's just crazy. Hi, Gail. Yeah. So have I missed somebody?
Leanne over there.
Oh, hi, Leanne.
Where's the star tonight? Who's the star? Is that you?
Come a bit further. Colin can't see you. There she is. It's only 4 o'clock-ish here in WA, so she's not in bed yet. We'll tell you after. Yeah, so we're heading to Tassie. So across the bottom, slowly but surely over to make our booking for Tassie. And then after that, you'll have to wait and find out. We try not to book too far in advance, but this WA Ningaloo stuff kind of has predicted what we were doing over here, and then booking Tassie is kind of made us have to plan out a bit more, but we're still trying to keep it flexible. Also, I know from last time we were in Southwest WA, there was a bunch of people that messaged or commented after we left the area about wanting to catch up while we were here. But as you know, I post behind. I don't let you know where I am at the time due to the safety, that going back to that safety thing. I just prefer not to have...
Hi, Gail.
I just prefer not to have 15,000 of you know exactly where I am, because I know there's a lot of you out there, like probably 14,990 of you are wonderful, but there might be 10 snuck in that are, you know, not so wonderful. I don't know. So I prefer not to let you know where I am exactly. If you do want to catch up with us, send us a direct message on email, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you're on, if you know we're kind of heading to your area. And we will try our best to catch you somewhere and schedule you in, because we love meeting you all. So definitely do that. So anyone of you that messaged for Southwest WA, if you're still there and you want to catch us, send me a message and I'll see what I can do for you while we're heading this direction. Looking forward to seeing the trip along the bottom. Us too. We'll try and stop in some different spots that we haven't stopped.
Yeah.
This way. Yeah. And, good, Gail. Don't stress. No stress.
Yeah.
We're chill. Okay. How have we found use of cash versus credit cards for WA? Oh, that's an interesting question.
The only place we've had to have cash in WA has been a couple of the farm stays have been cash only, but maybe like $100 cash we've needed in the last 6 months.
Yeah,
everything else is card.
Probably a bit more than that, because there was a few camps. Milligan Island, I've just posted about on socials.
Cash
only, $20 a night. So if you do your 4 nights there, that's $80 done. So, but there are little towns like 10, 15 minutes away.
No stress. But just carry a little bit.
Not too much, because you never want to have too much cash on you, and if something bad goes wrong, like you get broken into or something horrible like that. But carry a little bit just in case, or make sure you check camps for. Oh,
you're on camera.
Make sure you check like camps fees and stuff beforehand. But yes, we have a little girl to think about. Absolutely, we do. Here she is. Being a whinge. No. Hey, Christy. And van version. Hi, guys. Where are you guys at the moment? Yes, we are crossing back over the Narrabul. We are a cookie van, that's correct, because we're going to go that way to get to Tassie. Okay. Any other questions? We look forward to travelling around Tassie with you, because we love Tassie. We are so excited for Tassie. So Tassie was actually one of our first destinations we were going to head to. Once we knew we were going on the road, we were meant to be going south to Tassie from Newcastle first. However, COVID caused an issue there, so we went north instead. haven't actually made it back down to Tassie, so we're very excited. So we are very excited to get to Tassie, and I feel like Daniel is going to be working hard when we get to Tassie. So yeah, he's been chilling out the last couple of weeks since, well, the last probably month since Caragini. The camera hasn't come out too often, but yeah, once we get to Tassie, he'll be back on. So
hey Gail, good question, mate, about Tassie. Tassie sounds amazing. What's your top picks of things to do there?
You tell us. Who's been? What should we do?
We haven't started research at all about anything in Tassie. We just know we're there for a few months. That's the extent of it at the moment. So we're gonna.
Yeah, we don't even know what we're doing tomorrow at this rate.
Yeah.
So
we got some other ones. Let me see.
Let's catch up. Rig 4495. Oh, sorry. Okay, Scott. Sorry, Scott.
Scott on Facebook's asked a question about the Suron motorbike, electric motorbike. He said it looks like a brilliant idea. Has it been reliable and useful in the long term? Yes, very much so. Yeah. It's great. I've kind of been using it less now. I bought an electric unicycle that has actually a longer range, and it's much easier to just pull out of the truck and ride that for 5Ks than pull out the Suron. But when we're more in a foresty area, state forests, motorbikey, off-road riding areas, I'll be pulling out the Suron a lot more. Yeah, it's great. I just re-registered it the other day. It would cost me $170 to register it in New South Wales a year. So it's epic. Great. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you've got the space for one.
If you've got the space for one. It only weighs 50 kilos, which is bugger all for a motorbike.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Okay.
Deborah asks, is our truck at 4,495 kilos or 5,500 kilos? So basically, is it on a car rego at 4,500 or is it a truck rego at 5,500? Our Iveco is on a truck registration, light truck. It just means we don't have to stress about weights at all. So we're close to like 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 ton when the towable weight of the caravan is on it. So we just don't like to stress. So it's up at 5.5 ton and we've got 800 kilos of spare payload.
Sounds good, Glenn. Please do.
Hi, Samira.
Sorry, just trying to keep an eye on everything here. Hey, Mr. Buckaroony.
Hey, saw your Starlink video, mate. Looks good. Yep.
Good install.
Good install, mate. Yeah. Hope it's going well for you.
He keeps up with the Starlink stuff. Yeah.
He
Need to top up my wine. I know. Where's my bartender?
Look, we're back near Aldi, so we're sampling this drop of $4.50 Moscato at the moment for Amanda. And so pretty good by all reports.
Keeping the budget down. Yeah. Let me know if you've got a drink there, what you're drinking, especially if it's a Moscato. I want to know. Or let me know what you're drinking. Okay. Going to Tassie should be easier from the new terminal. Yes, hopefully. Hopefully, we've not done it before to know otherwise. So, yeah.
Samira said, where are we off to after Tassie? That's a secret. We'll be letting that cat out of the bag a little bit.
Yeah, sometime. We'll get there.
Yeah, we've got plans.
Just not allowed to know what they are.
Yeah.
Vodka and Pepsi Max. Oh, it wouldn't be anything else, would it, Samira? What? Your friend's looking. Bilson's creaming soda order finally arrived. Ooh, creaming soda, yum.
Nice. We actually got approached. We had a pretty cool moment. We got approached by an alcohol company to do an affiliate, a promotion with them. So they sent us some gin. It's Moontide Distillery in Broome, and they sent us some gin and stuff like that for us to try out and post about. So hopefully it's good, and we'll let you know how it goes. Yeah,
we'll let you know either way. Hey, yeah. Nice champagne.
Not getting paid for it, but free alcohol for testing it and letting you know.
Daniel,
like it, so.
He doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Scotch and water. Oh, Scotch and water, really?
Yeah,
as in an ice block that's melting, or actual water?
Normal ice. Oh, you can delight it with water as well. Yeah.
Oh, not heard that before. Cool. Free grog, good stuff. I know.
Mr. Buckaroony, how long was I a Raffy? Good question. I was in for almost 14 years in the Air Force as a communications technician.
Shiraz and James Hardy. Does James Hardy have a Moscato or not? Glenn?
Yeah. What am I sitting on, Daniel? As in a couch, or what am I drinking that I'm not really drinking?
Yeah.
I have a cider from Aldi, Devil's Orchard. First time I've had one for about
It's been a while since
6
we went to
months.
an Aldi.
It's pretty nice. It's like $9 a 6-pack, which I don't know if that's good or not anymore.
Trying the micro distilleries on our travels, yes.
Yeah, dude. Scott, we tried illegal tender rum when we were in the area. We drove past and I saw the sign for it. I was like, so we bought a bottle of each of those, and we'll have that in an upcoming episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we try and visit every distillery because why not?
Exactly. And yeah, we'll be hitting up the Margaret River region again on the way south. So we'll try and hit up a few different, but again, I'm a Moscato drinker, so they'll probably end up at the same Moscato
We
places.
will be definitely hitting up Brown Brothers on the way through for your Moscato.
That's Victoria.
Yeah.
When we eventually get over to there. Okay, highly recommend Ghost Tour, Port Arthur and
All the Tassie.
Salamanca
Cool.
Market, Edges of Tassie. Yeah, okay, cool. That doesn't. I've only got limited time. How much time does Tassie take? That's why I wish we were with you.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Mira.
Oh, thanks. We miss you guys too. If you want to know who we're talking about some people that we hung out with on the Ningaloo when we went north. So yeah.
That brings me to something
man,
that we wanted to discuss. One of the things that we love most, there's two things that we love about caravanning the most, about traveling and caravanning in Australia and our lifestyle. And the first one that we get asked all the time when people say, what's your favorite thing about it? Number one, parking the caravan on the beach somewhere, walk out your door, swim, park on the edge of a lake, park in a forest, park it wherever, and you're not driving to go and do things. So we just love that aspect of it, where you just literally park your home in the middle of the best, most exciting spot, like peaceful spot, whatever it is
your
at the time.
backyard changes constantly, like whether it's beach, whether it's reef, whether it's forest or lake or farmland with animals or whatever it is.
Just
like
parking up, you have all your conveniences of home, like a coffee machine and computers and internet and everything. Like you're in these most amazing locations that you just
but change. And like like you can, if you feel like you get sick of the beach, you can go inland for a bit to something else and then go back out to the beach and stuff like that. So you can we don't ever really get over the beach though.
Right.
Okay, we've got a bunch of questions. Sorry,
the second thing, I'll just say the second thing that we love about being on the road, and it relates to some of you guys, people we meet.
Absolutely.
So we in suburbia, we never met. We're in a suburban area with houses and stuff. Normal
neighborhood.
And you never meet people. Like you brush past people, you might say hello or something to people, neighbors or whatever. But it's not like meeting people on the road. Like we've made so many good friends on the road, and you have time to meet people properly because you're like camping up next to them or in the same campground as them or whatever. The kids meet or you meet them as adults, and you have time to chat and catch up and develop that relationship, and then you can bring it further as you travel around. You meet up with people. We make sure we meet up with people regularly that we've met previously on the road. Yeah. We just keep in contact through Instagram and a few other things. And
which is why I'm saying if you are in Southern WA, South Australia, Tassie, want to catch up, make sure you message me. I make a little list and I do my best to catch you.
All right, we've got a few other questions.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of questions here.
Dale, how long do you intend to keep traveling and where to next? Indefinitely. We don't have any plans to stop traveling at the moment. Where to next? Tassie in next summer, like this summer coming, and then a surprise that we haven't really announced yet. So but
we've got to get from WA over to Tassie in the meantime as well.
WA to Tassie, explore Tassie, after Tassie, a surprise.
So stay tuned.
Something different.
Yes. Okay. How was access to good fresh water in Coral Bay, Ningaloo? Easy enough for us because that's what I say, easy enough because we have a bladder in the truck that carries 150 litres. We could fill up at Carnarvon and go north from there. We could fill up in Exmouth and go south from there. We did do 3.5 weeks on south of Froy on the way south.
That was a month in the end.
A month, a couple of months ago, whatever it was. And we did take after like 2 weeks, we went to Exmouth for a day trip for groceries, water,
Empty the toilet.
post, that kind of thing. So because we have our water bladder, it was easy to be off grid for a long time.
Yeah. 150 litre water bladder. You
Yeah.
can get them on eBay, RTM, Road Tech Marine have them as well.
Just make sure you get all the fittings.
Yeah, if you buy one from Road Tech Marine, they're meant for a boat and they don't have any fittings with them. The boat's meant to have all the fittings.
Hey, Widdles.
So definitely make sure you
Hey,
get
Salty.
one off eBay
Bam,
with all the fittings, or try and sort out the fittings before you buy a bladder by itself.
Yeah.
But like 3 thumbs up for the bladder. It's eternally useful and it takes up almost no space and no weight when you're not using it. So there's no downside to it.
Yeah. So allow it, because there is water at Coral Bay and there is water at Exmouth. You do have to pay for it. So
Exmouth's cheaper.
Exmouth is cheaper
it was
than
like
Coral Bay.
$3 for 150 litres or something.
Yeah, so we kind of just planned in advance. We know how by the time we've done this for a while now, so we know how long a tank of water in the van lasts, and then how much, like, even the 150 litre bladder refill will last. So we know that. We also carry drinking water, the 10 litre drinking water things. So we knew that we were drinking, not using out of the tank. So we know how long that can last. So we then planned out how long it would work. So
because we don't like moving. If we were sitting on the beach in the caravan, like, why would you want to move the caravan somewhere to go get water to then drag it like an hour back
again
across
so
corrugated
the bladder
roads.
is just, and it's easy. Okay. I've got to quickly catch these questions before I forget about them.
Chris, how many hours editing to make one episode? And I figure you run about 4 months behind. It takes Amanda about 15 hours per episode total.
Depending on the episode, but yeah.
And we are running a fair bit behind.
Sorry.
3 months, 4 months maybe.
3-ish months behind. And that is because, like, I could smash it. I could literally work all day, every day, and get the episodes out quicker. But you guys don't want to watch. Yeah, you guys don't want to watch us more than once a week, do you? Like, plus I obviously need to live and enjoy the life as well, and not spend the whole time working and all that sort of stuff. And so it gives me time as well to make sure the episodes have got all the content that we want to include in there, and without feeling rushed or overloaded and stuff. So it is a bit behind, but it works for us. So we're just going to be who we are. We're not going to change it and become people we're not, and try and push out different episodes or whatever. So
don't feel like you have to stay either. So thank you to everyone who's joined us again. If you came a bit later after we started, thank you for joining us. You feel free to drop out if you want to drop out. We're not offended. We'll just keep going for another 15 minutes or so. So it's an hour total. And we'll hit as many questions as we can and just say thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, and if you have any questions and we haven't answered them, definitely send us a message or
whatever, YouTube comment or Facebook comment or something, whatever. And we'll try and answer it for you. Even if it's not related to like the episode that we just released.
Yeah.
Chuck a random comment on there and ask us a question. We'll try and answer it.
Yep, we always get back to you. We do our best. Okay, so quickly going here. How many editing? I figure you're around about 4 months behind. Yeah.
Stop talking to yourself.
Sorry.
Mr. Buccarini, how you're doing the lap next year? That's epic, mate. You'll love it. How long in advance do you need to book the Spirit of
6
Tasmania?
months.
Good question. As long as possible. As far in advance as possible.
If you're going to head there first, then cool.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it like we have, like after almost 2.5 years or whatever, like, don't obviously book it. Like 6 months is about.
Summer, obviously, as well as peak time, so it's less spots. And also caravans specifically are hard to get spots for. So if you're just traveling in a car, there's almost always a spot on a car or a like camper trailer, maybe. I think it's the height issue of a caravan where they put you in the trucks. So it's a bit more expensive and they don't have as many spots.
And your length of your caravan and stuff like that. Like if you're Yeah, it just depends.
I think
measured
it's the height
out.
that limits the spots. So
yeah,
I would recommend at least 6 months if you're planning on traveling there in summer.
Yeah, Cradle Mountain is definitely on the list too.
And the trip back as well, because people we've heard of like been stuck for like an extra month, not able to get a trip back to the mainland.
Yeah.
All right.
So Cradle Mountain, yes, for sure, definitely on the list. Would you ever go to a composting toilet? Why not? We haven't ever used one, but
we haven't heard good things.
We haven't really heard good things. The idea, like,
seems like a lot of work versus just dumping the cartridge, which is honestly, people are like, that's a terrible, worst job ever. It's not that bad. We're just used to it now.
Gail,
so,
you'd watch me more than once a week. That's so kind of you. You're trying to get me to do more. No. Got to go deal with the kids before. See you, Cookie Van. No worries. I'll chat you soon.
Chris, I've thought of the YouTube thing, but fishing might be easier. Yeah, man, fishing's much easier. I don't know. It depends who you are. Some people have a lot of trouble with fishing.
If you can't catch anything.
If you're doing YouTube purely for income reasons, we recommend just stopping and working in a pub for a week. You'll have a lot more fun and you'll make more money.
Yeah. Coral Bay charge for air yet? Not yet. Might be coming next year. Don't know. If you want to work full time, I'm happy to watch 2 episodes a week too. I already work full time. Come on. Almost. We might throw an extra couple of episodes in, a bit more informative ones. Some of you may know that we are testing out some solar blankets and portable solar panels at the moment. So kind of informative ones like that, we are going to try and chuck up as an extra here and there. We just haven't had much luck with the weather recently.
It's been super windy, too windy to record audio outside.
And then if it's not windy, it's raining.
Yeah.
So the weather's just not been cooperating with those informative videos that we've got in the works. So we are once we get some weather cooperation, we'll try and get some more informative ones up slotted in between.
Okay, I've got Dale. How do you transfer water from the bladder to the caravan? Really good question. We actually, the 12-volt pump that was in our caravan was being a bit noisy. So we replaced it with a Seaflow pump from Roadtech Marine, I think it was. It's like an orange one. And it was like maybe $150, $200 for the new one. And it's been silent. And so the old one that we took out, I changed the fittings on it to work for the bladder. And now that's our pump from the bladder. And so we can pump it 30 meters from the bladder through our existing caravan hoses into the tank. So sometimes you can't drive the car near enough for whatever reason to get the bladder access and all that sort of stuff. So a 12-volt pump. The other one we've seen that our friends have is a drill, and Bunnings have a little drill attachment pump that goes on. It's only $9. So you've got to call this drill. You basically cable tie the trigger on your drill, and then it runs the pump, and then that pumps the water through. It's a bit slower, obviously.
And you have to make sure your battery's charged.
And you have to make sure your cordless batteries are charged and that sort of stuff. But it works. So that's an option for you as well if that might work better. Gravity feeding can work. Not recommended, though. Don't recommend gravity feed.
Takes so long. Okay, so that answer that one? Yep, cool.
Yep. I got Froth. How much time do you spend creating a thumbnail, and do you enjoy creating them? Because I hate it. Yeah, it's one of those things with YouTube. YouTube's so dependent on the thumbnail that you create.
Unfortunately, you do need to spend the time.
A bad thumbnail, and it just kills your video. You can have the best video, 30-minute with you've put 20 hours of editing into and all the recording time, and you have a bad thumbnail. Or what you think is a good thumbnail and what other people think is a bad thumbnail, I guess, or something they're not going to click on, and all that work's gone and wasted. So
yeah, unfortunately, you do need to spend the time on a thumbnail and think about it. And
we think we're okay at it. Sometimes we think something's going to go really well and it doesn't. Sometimes we just think it's going to be okay and it does really well. So
and this is full exclusivity to you. If we break down, our videos go better. Everyone loves to see us break down. There's no denying
any
that.
breakdown video, and suddenly all of our regular viewers, they'll definitely click on it and watch it. Yeah. So we don't try and break down, but if there's a breakdown in an episode, you can expect to see it in the thumbnail because they do about 3 times better those videos. 3 times better.
So and a normal recently Litchfield was this week's episode. Litchfield is our favorite national park in Northern Territory, and
most of the country, it's one of our favorite national parks.
It's up there on the list, and we show you some amazing spots, and that's only part 1. And because we didn't break down, no one broke a leg, that kind of thing.
Nothing caught on fire.
Not as many people have clicked on it. It's one that if you're going to Litchfield or you're going to travel around Australia, there'll be people that pick it up and look at it, but it doesn't get those clicks at the start because something hasn't gone wrong. So we're kind of lucky that our truck breaks down all the time. In a way, we do not cause them ourselves deliberately. Trust me, I still hate that it happens, but it kind of works in our favor occasionally. So yeah. But thumbnail, yes, definitely. It's a stressful part of it. So I hope that answers the question, Prof. But yeah, 1 year back in 1977 to go to Tassie. I guess they mustn't have had as many ferries and stuff, I guess. Fishing sucks. I hear.
Scott says, love the drone videography. Thank you, mate. It's almost all my flying. I'm trying to get Amanda to fly more, and she is starting to. She gets super nervous and stressed. You can usually tell the
difference between the two.
I've just been using DJI drones for years. So
yeah, and he does it for photography as well. So he takes photography images with it. So his just composition of stuff is a lot better than mine. So yeah.
Hi, Robert. Hey, good to see you too.
Nice to see you too. Did you watch the Darwin episode?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are going to Tassie, mate.
Yes.
Let me see.
Botanic Gardens is in the episode if you haven't watched it yet.
The lap year needs to replace a good starter motor for the views. Yes, that was honestly, that sucked. That was not enjoyable.
Honestly, we got stuck in Carnarvon for 5 days when it wasn't even a starter motor.
We even carry a spare alternator now just in case our alternator goes, so we can do it. Spare serpentine belt, like all sorts of shit.
We carry extra spares now because of things like that has happened, and it's always in the thing. Cool. Cool, Robbo. Thanks.
Specs of the new water pump in the caravan. That's a good one. I'll find out.
So give him a moment. And I'll try and answer. Do you watch any other YouTube channels? If so, which ones are your fave? We answered this one earlier. We actually don't have time to watch anyone else religiously each week, unfortunately. But we do try and pop in and see others. That most of the people that we do watch when we can are people that we've met on the road that are other YouTubers. Okay. All thumbnails seem to need a bikini photos these days. Yes, that is also true.
Doesn't even help that much. We tried Amanda and Simmers, and it kind of goes alright.
I mustn't have the right ass.
I could go in a bikini if you want, but
what do you think? Should it be him next time?
You don't want to see that. Gail, what's the specs of the new water pump? I just checked it. It's a 9.5 litre per minute pump. Seaflow
brand.
Yep.
Okay, cool. You need to press it. Cool. Okay, so we do a lot of beaches. How many places would I access with a single drive Iveco 31-foot fifth wheeler?
Not very many. Almost, I would say none.
Single drive. I don't know what that means in terms of
two-wheel drive.
Okay, two-wheel drive.
In terms of like places to park up on the beach, where you actually like drive onto the beach,
onto the sand and the beach,
and park your caravan there and just look out at the water. Maybe 14 Mile in Rura Station, you might be able to, but the sites are a little bit small for a 31-foot fifth wheeler.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, none.
And it depends.
But none that we've been to.
Well, some of the South of Free behind sites would be okay. You'd have to really analyze your 31-foot fifth wheeler, because like we're 23-foot van plus drawbar, and we have some tighter spots turning to get into them and things like that. So just have to analyze that a little more.
The other thing to think about is normally the fifth wheelers, I assume it's American because normally they're American. They tend to not be as built as Australian. They're quite light.
Off-road.
So the materials are quite light. They're only really meant for on-road, and you start hitting these corrugations as you go to like the national park roads, the dirt roads to get to beaches, and you'll start having issues. There are some places that you can look forward to, like Lucky Bay down at Southwest WA. That's like a tarred road, and then you park like looking out at the beach, or at the Ningaloo, there's like Osprey Bay and a few other camps that are two-wheel drive accessible, and you'd fit your 31-foot fifth wheeler on there, no problem. You're not parked on the beach, but you're parked like next to the beach. Looking at the beach with like a 2-minute walk to the beach. So those sort of places, you'll be fine. You'll have a good time.
You'll see lots.
I hope that helps. So if you've got any specific questions, feel free to ask.
Rafa said national parks suck. You know what? They do bring you to some amazing places like Karajini National Park, Dale's Campground. It's pretty special. So they have their benefits and they have their negatives as well.
Yeah.
But most of that's happening around. The other thing a bit random about camps.
Dogs.
Yeah, Rafa's my dog.
It's a thing, mate, and unfortunately, it's a choice.
Yeah. So
you can generally organise dog sitting. Yeah.
Thanks, Glenn. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks, mate. Have a good time.
National parks are hard. Dog sitters, if they're good with other dogs or other people and things like that, planning ahead for those sorts of things. Because if, like, say, Exmouth, the national park camps there are different to the station camps. Station camps, you can have your dogs. National parks, you can't. It's still worth organising in advance a couple of nights, dog sitter, and go out to those national parks. Because it's a 45-minute drive from Exmouth. So if you're just doing a dog sit for the day, you've still got to drop them off, get out there, drive 45 minutes, try and do what you want to do, and then get back. Whereas if you like do a couple of nights, you don't have to do that back and forth, and you get to enjoy. But also, hang on, there's only it's only a small place, so there's only a couple of dog sitters. So you need to also have that organised in advance, because everyone sort of does the same thing.
There are some alternatives, mate. Don't lose hope. This is to Mr. Buccarini. So places like Membernup Beach down at Esperance is not a national park. You can take your dog, no problem.
It's just as beautiful.
Lucky Bay is a national park. You can't take your dog. So there's still plenty of places that you can take your dog, and you'll have epic time, epic places.
Yeah.
You just need to do a little bit of that extra work to find those spots.
Yeah.
And like at Ningaloo, as Amanda mentioned, South Lefroy is part of the conservation station, where you can have a dog. And in fact, the camp host has a dog himself, and so you can have your dogs there. And that's semi-national park, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Love your shows, Daniel. Where do you get them?
All over, mate.
Gosh,
Kmart, JJ's,
loves
Rivers,
his
a few other places. I like being light and airy and colourful and cruisy.
Vibrant.
Cruisy's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for the compliment.
We definitely
Amanda doesn't like them that much.
Kind of get used to them. I'm okay if he coordinates the shorts that go with it. Anyway, like that. I'm going to assume you're an ex-defence of some sort, Mr. Buccarini, with those comments. Yeah, so if he colour coordinates his shorts, I'm all good. But it never happens. So
I'm not a colour coordinator kind of guy.
Cool, makes sense. Wow, 20 years. That's amazing.
All right, cool. Does anyone have any other questions? We might wrap it up soon and say thank you. But if you have any last-minute questions, pop them in now. Or forever hold your peace.
Ding, 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 ding. Timer goes down. Ding, 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 ding. Music runs out. Do we have anything else we wanted to say before?
Not really. Just thank you to everybody. No. We really appreciate you guys all watching us and supporting us.
Commenting, liking.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff
sharing.
Helps with the algorithms and whatnot. We don't go every episode like and subscribe.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
We're not those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you feel free to share our videos around.
If you like them, if you don't like them, that's fine as well. Just follow us on Facebook and suck that info down or whatever does it for you.
Yeah. We're not offended if you say that you don't like it.
I think I'm pretty boring. So
that is actually another point while we're just waiting for any last minute questions. A lot of people, we did get a comment of it's the Amanda show. Daniel doesn't really enjoy talking on camera that much unless it's something he's really passionate about.
Yeah, Amanda usually kind of has to force me. She's like, can you please do this bit on camera? Because I've been talking for the last 5 segments. So I'm like, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah. If he's passionate, oh my God, this beach is amazing. Oh my gosh, this snorkel. Oh my gosh, this gin distillery or whatever, then he'll jump in it and on it. Yeah, in most cooking and things like that, it's me unless I go here. People want to see you too. Yeah. So
and Overland Exposure has kind of turned into Amanda's thing mostly. She does most of the work for it. I do thumbnails and I do the video maps every week and a few other blog posts and things like that and some of the back end stuff. But Amanda's doing 90% of the socials and 90% of the video editing and uploading and all that sort of stuff. So
pulling my hair
it's really it's mostly her. So
yeah, I'm not going to deny that either. It is. You are more than welcome. It's 5-ton tear built like a brick house. Okay. Well, you might go right off road.
Your fifth wheeler. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it'll probably be all right then. Yeah.
Love seeing everywhere you go. Thanks for your info and love your work. You are more than welcome. We love sharing our journey with
Sanchez, Mo. It's not. It's just the lighting. It's all over. I haven't shaved this either.
He's not doing Movember. But honestly, guys, this is who we are. Take
it or leave it. We don't mind.
Yeah. This is us in live. This is us in person. this is us in our videos. We try not to be boring. We try to just be ourselves, and we are also not fake. We're not going to fake it just because it is what it is, So it's not going to be who we are. We are not going to enjoy doing what we do if we fake it. Yeah. So we're just doing us, and doing us is whether you like it or not.
So many of you do like it, so thank you very much for that. We appreciate it.
Hey, JCL, and you are more than welcome. So glad that it's working for you. We love hearing that feedback. He's just referring to our overland kit. And yes, love hearing from you guys. Thank you. It's nice to hear that. I was a little nervous. This is our first live. So I was like, is anyone actually going to come? But you all did. So thank you so much. It really makes us happy. And we are more than welcome to share with you. If you think you'd like to have another live session, if you think you've gained a lot of info and you've enjoyed spending your Saturday evening, afternoon and night with us, let us know as well. And we'll try and organise another one in a little while. Not sure when that is. But yeah, we've enjoyed the last 2 years on the road and sharing it all with you as well. Dan's an epic tripod arranger. Did you see the
Thank you, Scott. That was Amanda. Definitely pixelated by bum crack on YouTube. Yeah, figured out. Had to Google how to do it, by the way. Didn't want to lose that footage. And Mr. Buckery, thank you very much, mate. We really appreciate it. We do watch your channel as well.
Yeah.
And we'd love to be a special guest on your show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much. We'd love to
for sure. We love we love collaborating with others. It's really awesome. So yeah, thank you. That would be great. And thanks, Samira. I'm glad that you think that. Okay.
All right. We'll catch you. We're out. Peace. Time to do dinner. Bye, everyone.
See ya. Oh, send us a message, JCL.